Got the tire mounted.
What's up guys, DIY Salvage Guy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode, we're going to be doing our first walk around on the 2002 F250. So if you guys are new here, thanks so much for being here. Hopefully you guys will consider subscribing down below. Make sure you guys like, comment, interact with me. Also make sure you guys are following me on all the socials at DIY Salvage Guy. Make sure your post notifications are on. And also make sure you guys check out the merch line. Got a link down below. That way you guys can help support the channel.
Alright guys, here is the first look at the truck in person. I have not looked at it yet. We had some serious issues when we were getting it off or getting it delivered. So I wanted to walk around it with you guys at the first glance. So a couple big problems with it. Steering does not work. I ordered some parts and everything for that based off of the pictures of what I thought was wrong with it. So we're going to get down to this, guys. I wanted to review this with you firsthand so that we could see it together. So auction didn't have this popped, so curious as to what happened. But you know, the truck doesn't seem to be in awful condition. So we got a lot going on here. We'll focus on the exterior real quick. And we got these nice running boards, which is nice because this is a big truck. That way we can get in. Got the crew cab, I think it is. Got the XLT Super Duty, so we should be able to tow anything that we need to. As you guys can tell, there's a bunch of stuff in the truck bed right now. A lot of stuff back here. I don't know if anything's for this car. I doubt it. Just looks to be like a lot of junk. Nice exhaust system. Looks like it's Chrysler, so it's probably off of a Dodge Ram truck or something like that. So we'll see if we can find some part numbers or something on that and see if we can sell that stuff. So we'll look from the back side. This truck is huge, guys. I'm not a big truck person. This is fulfilling a necessity for me. But you know, we got some rust in here. Doesn't look like it's too bad. Looks like the frame itself, the undercarriage, the leaf springs definitely has some rust on it. So we'll be spraying some like rust penetrator and conversion. We'll figure out what we can do with this as well, because we do have to take care of that. Got the 4x4, which is great. This is pretty much as versatile of a truck that I could have bought, especially for the price that I got it at. Definitely going to be doing a whole price review, just like all the other vehicles that I do. This looks like it might have been hit in the back as well, but you know, not a huge deal. But we'll test that out, or we'll check it. Got some scratches. I mean, this car's got 144,000 miles on it. I'm not too worried about a couple scratches. Got some onset of rust back here, but for the most part, this truck seems to be in pretty good shape. So just a couple scratches here or there. And then this is the side with the damage, guys. So doesn't look to be too bad. Looks to be pretty much exactly what I thought it was going to be. So we have the bumper. It's kind of buckled and pushed in a little bit, and so we're going to have to pull that out. Then you got the fender, which looks to be super simple to replace, just like any other fender. It just bolts on, bolts off. And we have this hood. Doesn't look too bad. I'm hoping that we can kind of just reshape this and hammer it back up and, you know, make it as good as possible, because the hood, I mean, while it's pretty cheap, it's $200, and this truck seems to be in really good shape for the most part. So I don't want to have to paint everything if I don't have to. I'm trying to find parts that are same color, and you know, the catch-22 is I need the truck to go pick up parts for the truck because it won't fit anywhere else. So I can get down into here. The steering is broken. The steering wheel does not work. It looks like there are spots on the vehicle itself that kind of give me some reason to believe that it's not too bad. So the wheels, they're both straight right now, which is good. So that means that they're both pointed forward. which means that the linkage to the steering wheel is the only thing that's actually broken, and the linkage to the alignment is still good. So I might not even need an alignment out of this. I might just have to adjust the steering column and all that stuff. So it doesn't look too bad, guys. So I bought new tires, so I'm going to try to get these tires done, and I'm going to try to replace the steering column and just show you guys all that and everything. But first thing I'm going to do is swap the battery out and see if I can get this thing started after I show you guys the interior. So I got the interior, just had new keys made up. I don't know if there's an aftermarket ignition in here or anything, but the key does not have a chip in it, even though this does say that there's an anti-theft system on here. One thing that I do have to kind of figure out here is there's a bunch of rust in here. Looks like the rocker or the frame itself, the body is rusting out. It doesn't look too bad, but it is something I'm gonna have to take care of. Don't want that getting any worse than it is, and we'll have to fix it all up. So interior is about as messy as it could possibly be. That's expected. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to vacuum it or anything right now, so it's gonna have to stay this way. But for the most part, the interior, aside from being a mess, looks to be in pretty decent shape. So can't open that door because it's pushed in, but you got the back, looks to be good as well. So I'll have to show you guys the back when I get the battery done, but here's a look. Looks to be pretty good shape, guys. I'm pretty happy with this purchase, as long as we can get everything running on it. So first things first, pop the hood and let's get this battery taken care of and see if we can get this beast started. So you guys might be wondering why I'm working on the truck in a vacant lot instead of at a house or anywhere besides here. So I'm supposed to close at my house, and closing got pushed back. I bought this vehicle so that I can get delivered straight to the house. Closing got pushed back, got pushed back again, and since the car doesn't move or drive or turn, I'm going to see what I can do now to get it kind of up and running, so that when it comes time to getting it towed again, I can just drive it up onto the pickup truck or the tow truck bed, and we'll be good. Guys, we got the battery installed. Crank it over and pray that she starts. No, it won't start. So I remember from my Mustang a while ago that if there's an accident in a vehicle, sometimes the fuel injector gets tripped, the fuel pump. So in this vehicle, the fuel reset is right here. There's a little clip right there. I'm going to try to take that off real quick and see if I can get under there. So we flicked it back up, and we'll give it a shot. Okay, so we're going to try to pull this down a little bit. This is bent in and pushed back, so we can't put any tires on here. So we have a tow hook on there, so we're going to try that. So we're going to connect that, connect the hook over here, and we're just going to try to pull this out a little bit. Alright, so we're going to attempt to pull the bumper out with the tow strap hooked up, and we're just going to slightly pull it out. DIY way to pull stuff. So the rest of this just looks like it's the fender. We pulled the bumper out. You guys can see that this looks good now. We do have to hammer this back in a little bit. And then we have to hammer this fender in a little bit as well, because I don't want this tire popping. We might just have to pull it out. I have to just hook it on here. Kind of just pull this out a little bit. It doesn't look like there's any frame damage. It just looks like actually there is frame damage. We gotta find the jack points on this right now. We found a differential we can jack up on, so we're gonna do that. But I need to loosen up these tires, so I'm gonna take these caps off. It seems to be working with the screwdriver, just did the other side, so I'm just gonna pry this off real quick. Guys, one thing I want to point out is just basically just getting a little more leverage. This breaker bar is really not that good. It needs to be a lot longer, but I didn't have a longer one. So what I did was I just took the handle off of the jack, just slid it on here, and got a little bit more leverage on this. These ratchet ones are really not strong. Don't recommend these. Do not buy them, guys. You're not gonna. These things are gonna break before you break the bolt. So just be careful if you're trying to find a breaker bar. Alright, so we got the one tire off. We're going to take the other side off. We're going to go over to the shop right over here, and we're going to get them on. That way we don't have to worry about this side anymore. We can just kind of do what we have to do. Alright, so a couple things here. We got the jack stands on both sides. Jack's just for added support. I know it's a little cockeyed, so don't worry about that. So right now what we're going to try to work on is just getting this cotter pin out and see if we can get this bolt off. So we're going to do that. We're going to see if we can get that out. It looks like it might come out, although we might not. We might have some trouble getting it out, getting the bolt off, but we'll see. And then we'll be able to do our tie rod assembly, going up to the gearbox. And then we get the tire on, we'll put it on, and then we'll get the other side going with the steering gearbox itself. That way when we have the tire on here, we're good and we don't have to worry about the side anymore. Got the tire mounted. I'm gonna put the tires back on now. I can't get the tie rod piece out of the other tie rod, so I gotta try to figure something out with that. But right now, at least we got tires on it. I'm gonna swap over to the other side, see if we get the steering box out, and if not, then we'll, you know, reassess everything. But at least it has tires, and at least the wheels are straight, so that way we can get the car off and off of the tow truck. That way when we close in the house, we'll be able to move it a lot easier than what we were doing with earlier. So even though we weren't able to do everything as of right now, it's a little victory right now, so I'm happy with that. I also do not want to be working in the field too much longer, so I'll take what I can get right now.
That's going to do it for today's episode, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys like this truck, what I'm going to be doing with it. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, interact with me. Hopefully you guys will be inspired by this and just pick up a wrench, buy a car, do whatever you need to do. Just try to become a DIY salvage guy yourself.